One day, the coronavirus will subside. It could be eradicated. But even then, life will not simply return to the way it was before COVID-19. Meet Laila. It's 2025 and she works from home 4 days a week. It's been that way since the 2020 lockdown. It's 6:30 a.m. and she's on her way to work. Laila arrives at her office building at 8 a.m. Start times at the company where she works are staggered to minimize the number of people arriving at the same time. Her office days are mainly for meetings. Gone are the days when she'd head into the office to work at a screen. She can do that at home. Laila's employer used to share a much larger office building with several other companies. Now they're in a smaller, newly refurbished premises all to themselves. On the ground floor, Laila pauses in front of a thermal body scanner to check her temperature is normal. Today it's 36.5 degrees Celsius. She passes. A camera, used for facial recognition, identifies her as a staff member and a security barrier opens. At no point does she touch anything. Laila is on a contactless pathway. The lift to her office on the 4th floor is voice-activated. Touchless technology has replaced grubby buttons. The maximum occupancy is 2. On the 4th floor she walks down the corridor and through the door. Both are wider than before, made that way to keep staff further apart and reduce the chances of a virus being transmitted. At the door Laila uses a hand sanitizer. She's so used to it now that she doesn't even think about it. She sits down at the desk. Much of the furniture, as well as wall panels and facades, is made from antimicrobial material. It's easier to clean and harder for bacteria to stick to. Laila makes a coffee in the kitchen area where the worktops are also antimicrobial. The handles on the drawers and cupboards are made of copper. It's a costly but naturally microbe-repellent material. The air conditioning system uses UV light to kill pathogens. It also reduces the humidity to help prevent germs multiplying, responding to a stream of data from sensors fixed around the building, and wearable sensors used by staff. Laila's office used to be completely open plan. Now she's partitioned off. To her left there is a clear plastic screen so that she can at least see her colleagues. The screens are removable, bolted into fixtures in the floor. They go up if there's the threat of an outbreak, but come out if the threat subsides. In front of Laila's desk, the separation is done with plants. The staff got fed up with plastic everywhere a couple of years ago. They said it made the office feel like a hospital. Laila prefers the plants. Laila's morning is spent in a meeting about a new project. It's face-to-face with colleagues, but all at a safe distance. The only reason Laila goes into the office now is for this kind of interaction, in which meeting people in real life produces better results than seeing each other online. It's 4 p.m. and time to go home. Laila moved to the suburbs with a friend after the lockdown in 2020. It's a longer commute, but she doesn't mind as it's only once a week. A bigger home meant more space. When the lockdown came she thought working from home would only last a few weeks, and that she'd manage with a laptop on the kitchen table. But when weeks turned into months, and months turned into years, she knew she would need a home office and her old flat in town was nowhere near big enough. She now works in an upstairs room. There's a new standing desk, a properly adjustable office chair and storage for documents. She never realized, before, how important it was to have good lighting, so she had spotlights installed in the ceiling and bought a proper desk lamp. She thought about a loft extension and building an office in the garden, but decided on the bedroom office option for now. It's been quite a change for Laila, and millions like her. Not everything will change, of course. While Laila made changes to her life relatively quickly after the pandemic hit, architecture, in reality, moves slowly. Buildings typically take 5 years to design, finance and construct. Many people can't afford to move house, or spend money on home improvements. And in the teeth of a recession, many employers won't have the money to relocate or reorganize. If COVID-19 dies out in the coming months and a vaccine is found quickly, many homes and workplaces could return to something like normal. But aspects of Laila's imaginary life may become reality for many of us. Particularly if there are continued outbreaks and no vaccine is found.